Hi ladies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaka Mana in case you are just coming across my channel for the first time. So I was going to film today and I realized that I didn't have the time to actually wait till I did my makeup and then film. So I decided to do my makeup on camera while I got ready for the day. I do have a few things planned out for today. I've got a meeting with a publisher. I have errands to run in the house, pick up my son, and got my cleaners coming in today. I have a bunch of stuff planned out, and I realized that if I don't actually film in this time when I'm getting ready for the day, then it might never happen. Okay, so this is not a makeup tutorial. This is not even a get ready with me, like a conventional get ready with me. This is a practical, I just want to do my makeup and get out of the house. I'm not doing crazy makeup. I'm just doing what I do on a day-to-day when I have something, I just don't want to show up looking super bland for. And that is the meeting that I have in actually an hour. So my baby is going to be up anytime soon. And I don't actually have a lot of time. I'm looking at her at the monitor and I can see that she's staring. So that gives me very little time. So this is just going to be like my practical, everyday type makeup. Nothing crazy, just again, what I do from day to day, but I have to have something on my face and leave the house. So I'm not actually even going to be telling you the products I'm using. I mean, I might, but that's not the focus right now. So let's just get started with the video. So what I wanted to actually talk to you guys about today is something that I have actually had in mind for a bit now. It's something that I have noticed that happens a lot, but people don't actually talk about so much because of some reason or the other. And that is the problems that you would encounter or face when you decide to begin your elegance journey. So people don't actually talk about this, and it's actually baffling because a lot of people are just focused on, oh, I just want to start my elegance journey. I want to be more feminine. I want to be more put together. And that actually means a shift in your person. It means a shift in your character and things like that. And because of that, you will get people around you uncomfortable. You would even get uncomfortable yourself because change requires you to actually go out of your comfort zone and get yourself in an uncomfortable place. So the first problem that you're going to face is with yourself. And that is that part of getting yourself uncomfortable. You have to do a lot of self-examination. You have to actually confront your past in order to determine what your future will be by changing your present. Now, that in itself requires a lot of bravery because a lot of us don't actually like to revisit our past. We don't like to think about the things that we did, that we wish we didn't, and all whatnot, because who would blame you? It's very uncomfortable to think about those things. There's a lot of things that we've done that we're not happy with, and we wish we could just change. Now, you don't dwell too much on the past, but you actually do have to look at the past in order to determine how much you want to move away from it, how badly you want things to be different for you in the future. And so, it's just a lot of examination. in my own journey, I remember having to do that self-reflection bit, and it was so not fun. It was so not fun because I had to confront the person that I was before, and how crass and how rash and how how ratchet that person was, how overly focused on being sexy, being just being very much desired and liked by everybody that person was. And having to confront that and the things that mindset made me do made me realize that if I want to be this person that I'm trying to be in the future, I have to be okay with not being liked by everybody. Which brings me to the second point. People do not like things that they don't understand. And when you start your elegance journey, be sure that people will misunderstand you a lot. And that is your friends, your family, people that have known you in the past. And, it just stems from a lot of things. And I'm not saying you should blame them or to say things like, oh, people are going to hate. No, they're not hating. They just don't understand, And because they don't understand, and because people generally like to place others in a box, they will be uncomfortable. They will be very uncomfortable with the boundaries you're putting in place, the standards that you're setting for yourself and those around you. They would label you different things like being high maintenance, being superficial, being rigid, frigid, acting like you're better than the rest of them, and so many things. And because of that, you will get teased by family, definitely. You might even also lose friends. And that is painful. It's very painful. And because of that, speaking of having to put boundaries in place and stuff like that, it would affect other parts of your life as well. Your love life, for instance. You find that if you're someone who's single, trying to meet people and possibly find a life partner, it will limit the amount of suitors that would actually stay because people get scared of by people who actually try to hold them accountable. They don't like being held accountable, and they don't like people trying to do well. I wouldn't say they don't like people trying to improve themselves, but people who are not trying to improve themselves feel judged by those who are trying to. So it's like they're being forced to look at themselves, through you. You become like a mirror that reflects their image back to them. And if they're not happy with what they see, you will lose them. And this is not just potential lovers or life partners. This is actually friends too. You would find that a lot of people will want to dissociate themselves from you and, just put you at arm's length. And that's okay, because the people who are for you will definitely find their way to you, okay? I remember starting my own elegance journey, and that was at about the time, at that time, I realized I started losing a lot of suitors and things like that, and, Nigerian lingo chaikas. I started to lose my chaikas because it's like, why are you asking me to hold the door for you, or why are you expecting me to hold the door for you? Given, in their defense, at the time that I started my elegance journey, I thought elegance was all about the superficial stuff, and femininity was just definitely about a lot of superficial things and the deep things. But having grown now, I realized that a lot of the things I paid attention to were just too superficial, and a lot of them I didn't actually need to ask them to do that. I didn't need to ask those men to do those things. It should have just come naturally to them. And if it didn't come naturally to them, that was definitely okay. It didn't in any way diminish my own femininity if I had to hold the door for myself or get my chair for myself at a restaurant. It didn't make me less feminine. It might make the man less masculine, maybe. It depends on what the situation is. But the point is, I didn't have to ask that. My femininity isn't that fragile that if someone doesn't hold the door for me, it means I'm not ladylike enough, right? So that is one problem that you would face, because people don't like, again, being held accountable too much. They don't like being told what to do. They don't like people who seem to have values that seem a little bit more higher than theirs. So prepare to have that happen to you. Another problem that you face is that you will stumble. That is the truth. You will stumble. You won't just get it off the bat. It is a journey. That's why I always emphasize that your journey to elegance, to femininity, and all whatnot is a journey. It's a journey of a lifetime. What this means is that the ways that you thought that, were the only ways for you to express your femininity and elegance and all whatnot will not always be the only ways. And, you find that if you're not flexible, there will be times when you're not able to express your femininity in that way or in those ways. And if you're stuck and fixated on those ways being the only ways to express your femininity, you will feel lost when you stumble. You will feel like you have failed completely in your femininity and your elegance journey. You have dwindled so backward that you can't actually find your way again. So be flexible enough to allow yourself to stumble and to grow from that, because life is a journey and each phase of your life will call for a different expression of femininity, a different way to express your elegance and stuff like that. And if you're not flexible, you will you will even stumble if you're flexible, but you would stumble more if you're not flexible. Then the final thing is that be prepared to be placed on a pedestal. You will be placed on a pedestal by people. Once you begin your elegance journey, you would find that people around you will notice. They would definitely notice. And after they've gone past the phase of teasing you and all whatnot, they will become endeared to you, because elegance is attractive. Femininity is attractive. So they will find themselves drawn to you in a deeper way, in a more profound way. They will have questions. They will have, they will just want to be around you. They will want to imitate you. And with all that, you would find that subconsciously, they have placed you on a pedestal, and then it's almost like you're not allowed to fall or to fail or to stumble. You're just not allowed. And that is a lot of pressure. I'm saying that because I have experienced a lot of stumbles along my journey. And I have found that it is very difficult to share, when you actually stumble or when you feel like you're failing, because people don't actually want to give you the opportunity to. They don't want you to be anything less than what they have carved out for you. They don't want you stepping down from that high pedestal that they have carved out for you. So again, you can't blame them, because people like to have hope. They like to have something to look at and feel hopeful about, that, okay, if this person can do it, I can do it. So it's almost like whenever you stumble, they feel like, oh my God, if this person is stumbling, then my life is a lie. Everything that I've ever known about elegance, femininity, and all whatnot is a lie. Because for some people, you'll be their only icon, the only example that they have when it comes to femininity, especially real life examples. So when it comes to that, you have to try your hardest not to allow yourself feel so pressured, because feeling that much pressure can actually cause you to recoil and not want to advance in your elegance journey. Another thing it could do for you, which is the opposite of recoiling, is to pressure you to live a lie, to pressure you to live an unrealistic life. Because then when you're constantly trying to maintain or remain on that pedestal that people have put up for you to stand on, it becomes really hard to confront some things that you need to confront, to face some issues that you need to face, and to actually deal with some life circumstances that you have to deal with. So if you're not comfortable enough to deal with those curveballs that life throws your way, that sometimes shakes your femininity, you will not be able to handle elegance in some phases of your life truthfully, and you find that you break down. And when you break down, you fall off the wagon so hard that picking yourself back up will be so difficult. One of these life curveballs is motherhood. Oh my God. Motherhood will test you elegance wise, not femininity wise, because I believe that there is nothing that expresses our femininity as much as motherhood does, because you find that it is when you become a mom that a lot of your feminine traits will be birthed or will find expression, especially that of nurturing. So that in itself is lovely for your femininity, but might not be so lovely when it comes to its expressions, the ways that you have found yourself expressing your femininity in the past, the superficial ways. Like, well, they're not unimportant, they're just more superficial than the motherhood, right? So things like your makeup, self-care, which again, they are very important, but not as important as nurturing that new life that you've brought into the world. Okay, so you have to be prepared for that, because life will definitely throw you some curveballs. Another curveball that, oh my God, I need a day to actually get on here and talk about it, is migrating, moving countries. Moving to somewhere new can definitely mess with your elegance journey, because you find that you're actually just you're starting life all over. You're learning all over how to be in a new environment. So a lot of things would take the back seat. But anyway, that is the story for another day. So these are the few notes that I have on the kind of problems that you might face when you decide to begin your elegance journey. I hope that having shed light on those will actually prepare you so that you're not thrown off balance when these problems arise. Because the truth is, there are solutions. And the first solution to these problems, the first solution is to be patient. You have to be patient. You have to be patient with yourself. You have to be patient with those around you, because I mean, you're patient with yourself, knowing that in the past, you just have to forgive your past. You didn't know any better. You didn't know any better. If you knew better, you would have done better, but you didn't know any better. You have to be patient with others because they don't know, they don't understand. With time, they might understand, but during the period that they don't understand, they'll be uncomfortable, and that will show in a lot of ways. So be very patient with them. You have to also be patient with, the part about suitors running away and things like that, friends running away. The people that are for you will come to you in time. And hopefully you would have had time to settle into this new journey and discovered yourself in your femininity and be well advanced in your elegance journey by the time that they reach you. So be patient. The second, solution, I guess, is to not give up. But yeah, not giving up is something that we have to constantly remind ourselves of, because you might not even know that you've given up on your elegance journey, because you would find that, you don't give up all at once. You give up in bits. One compromise here, one compromise there, one little to no attention to details here and there, and before long, you find yourself at a place that it's hard to return from. And when you fall so far, sometimes it's very hard to not just pick yourself up again, but pick yourself up and start the journey all over again. It's a lot of work. So these are the solutions that I kind of have to these problems. But know that, I'm cheering you on. I do have a little community of people who are trying to, of ladies who are trying to advance in their elegance journey. And if you would like to be a part of that community, you can just use the link in my bio to get to my website and subscribe to my newsletters. It helps. Having those little reminders here and there actually do help to keep you on track, help you pick yourself up when you fall in and dust yourself off and get right on the journey again. I am done with my very simple, very easy, everyday get out of the house makeup. I'm not doing lashes today. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you like more relaxed videos like this, please let me know. My baby is completely up right now, so I'm just gonna go get her, get dressed, and get out of the house. I've got 30 minutes to my meeting. Wish me luck, and I'll see you in my next video. Please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and to share. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you doing? Okay, ladies, I'll see you next time. Bye.